How does that influence your comedy, being a Christian?
It doesn't really. I did do a show about it, and it was very, very difficult because there was so many denominations. I was trying to speak to evangelicals and Catholics who were quite good audience members, evangelicals who were quite good, Scottish Church of Scotland Protestants who are the worst audience members possible, and all at once. And it was very, very difficult. And it ended up just one joke that I retained that you've probably seen that you're referring to. There was one joke I was left with that was quite a good joke. That's really the only thing that's been.
Tell the joke.
I don't know if I can remember it now because I'm so out of comedy. I'll try and remember it. I might mess up my own joke. I say that I'm a Christian, and I go, that's a bit awkward to admit now, isn't it? I say it's kind of people get a bit weird. It's everyone's embarrassed when you say you're a Christian. Even my dad. I told my dad I was Christian. He was so embarrassed. I had to tell him I was gay just to
take the edge off.
Take the edge off. That's the joke. I forgot it. I was like, Dad, I've met a man. He's like Jesus Christ. I was like, yeah, that's him. How do you know? So that's the joke, and it's got different layers to it. I forgot the joke myself because
that's it. I've just watched it about half an hour ago, so I can.
Yeah, so it was a good joke, but and it was based in truth that it was really, really weird to say you're a Christian, especially in the comedy world, and where there's those few people you mentioned, but they keep it quite quiet, and no one really talks about it.
There's the people in the olden day comedians, the ones from the 70s. A lot of them were like Sid Little or whatever. A lot of them were Christians, but I don't know about any of the modern. Well,
Frank Skinner talks about it a bit. My friend Paul Tonkinson is a Catholic. He doesn't really talk about it in his stand-up. Tim Vine doesn't mention it. Milton Jones doesn't mention it. So a lot of them don't really mention it.
Tim Vine has done a few religious-y things. Like he did that. There's that sketch. God is walking with me on the beach, and there's footprints, and then at one point there's not 4 footprints, there's 2 footprints.
Oh yeah,
I
remember that.
But otherwise no.
But I have to say, I'm not one of these trad contact Christians. I'm not one of these. I always think maybe I'm not a proper Christian, and a lot of my friends are really just trad con, and I'm not like that. I barely go to church. It hasn't helped me with my neuroticism and health anxiety. So I sometimes think, if I really properly believed, would I be so scared of health problems? So I don't know, really. I think of myself as not a proper Christian, but I do a series on the current thing with the Reverend Dr. Jamie Franklin, where we're reading through the whole Bible. We've done about 3 or 4 of them. We're up to about page 8, and we've done Cain and Abel and Noah, and so so I am doing that.
You're up to page 8.
Yeah, it's a very long book.
It's a very long book. Yeah, it's going to take you a while to get to the Book of Revelation.
I know.
If you're only on page 8, to get to the real fire and brimstone and end of the world.